Now, Kent police are investigating death threats that have been made to the Liberal Democrat candidate who's standing in Faversham. Hannah Perkin says she's been left honestly heartbroken by the situation after receiving messages which have threatened not only her safety but that of her friends and family.
Well, earlier this year, the BBC carried out a survey of MPs. 139 of them told us that either they or their staff had faced abuse in the past year. 108 had to contact police about the threats they'd received. And the Metropolitan Police Commissioner, Cressida Dick, said the number of crimes reported more than doubled last year. Here's our political editor, Lauren Moss.
Abused on the campaign trail. This car, which belongs to a Liberal Democrat activist, was vandalised during May's local elections in Faversham. This week, mum of two, Hannah Perkin, the party's parliamentary candidate, received a letter from someone threatening to set fire to her home.
I've been receiving bits of literature returned to our campaign addresses with my face that's been defaced and, swear words and scum written on it and things like that. So we've been receiving things for a little while now, I guess since February of this year. But this is the first time where it's actually threatened to do something to myself and my property. So it was quite a frightening turn.
Police are investigating, but Hannah Perkin isn't the only candidate who's been targeted.
My tyres were slashed and there was a couple of other things, people trying to break in and people stealing bags from our deliverers. But it culminated in a survey return which I sent out to all residents asking for their views on particular matters, which was covered in death threats aimed at me and my family.
Before Parliament was dissolved, tension was high in Westminster, with politicians being heckled in the street. And they've also been criticised for the way they speak to each other.
They often quote his words, surrender act, betrayal, traitor, and I for one am sick of it.
I think, Mr. Speaker, I have to say, Mr. Speaker, I've never heard such humbug in all my life.
People see this on the news, people see this on clips on social media sites, and they feel it is justified to use that same terminology, to use the same aggressive tone, and to follow in the footsteps of their MPs to speak to each other and to MPs in their own constituency in a much more aggressive way than I think they would ever have done before.
Candidates from different parties have posted messages of support for Hannah Perkin. She says, although frightened, threats won't diminish her resolve to campaign for her political beliefs.
Well, Lauren joins us now from Faversham tonight, where a hustings between all candidates will get underway shortly. And Lauren, there has been an appeal for calm from all the parties.
Yes, the candidates running against Hannah Perkin have condemned what's happened, and the Conservative candidate Helen Whately told me tonight that these sorts of incidents are bad for democracy as a whole. There is a feeling among some that this level of vitriol is unprecedented in this election campaign and could indicate that the frustration and anger we've seen among politicians themselves could have spilled out among the public, and that it needs to stop, and politicians themselves need to do their bit to encourage it to stop. Earlier this month, the National Police Chiefs Council gave advice to anyone running to become an MP. Tips like don't go out campaigning on your own and keep a log of abuse received. The fact that that advice is needed at all demonstrates just how high emotions are running in this election.
Lauren, thank you. Well, you